First off, a quick shout out. A few days ago, Polyester made a video regarding the possibility of the new killer being Ghostface from Scream. Be sure to check out his channel, we'll put a link in the description below for more information, but if you haven't seen that video, here's a quick rundown of what happened. To begin, we need some context. Scream as a franchise is different to most licenses which have already been brought to Dead by Daylight, as it has two owners, kind of. The movie is owned by Lantern Entertainment and the Ghost Mask is owned by Funworld, so for Scream to be fully added into Dead by Daylight, both parties would need to come together and agree on the terms. On April 1st, a man by the name RJ Torbert, who is in charge of the licensing for Funworld, tweeted, "On May 28th, at the World of RSB will be making a major Ghostface announcement. Always keep your promises." This follows his tweets from last year where he was tweeted at by a fan, quote, "I'm playing all these super fun games like Friday the 13th with Jason Voorhees and Dead by Daylight with Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Leatherface, etc. and I can't help but wonder where Ghostface is." To which he responded, quote, "Working on it. Stay tuned. In fact, when ready, I will let you make the initial announcement. How does that sound?" Now we're all caught up, we can look into the importance of these tweets. The key part about these tweets is the date, May 28th. For the past year, Dead by Daylight has been adding new chapters every 3 months. And if we take this pattern from the Plague's release, we can see that the release of chapter 12 should be June 18th, which isn't May 28th. So people might say there's no connection and there's no Ghostface, but that would be wrong. As well as releasing a killer every 3 months, the Dead by Daylight team have been releasing public test builds multiple weeks before the full release of the chapter to refine some parts of it. Since this video titled Dead by Daylight, This Is Only the Beginning, the Dead by Daylight team have released a PTB on the last Tuesday of the 3rd month for a year every time. This might be confusing, so here are some screenshots of all the dates in which the public test builds have come out over the past year. So we have the Clown on May 29th, we have the Spirit on August 28th, we have the Legion on November 27th, and we have the Plague on March 6th. If we continue this trend past the Plague's release as we did before, we land on a date which is May the 28th. Based on this, we think that the PTB containing Ghostface will be released on the 28th of May. The issue with this argument is that the last PTB was released on March 6th, which means that the PTB may come out on June 4th with a teaser coming out on May 28th. Despite this, it does seem like something related to Dead by Daylight and Ghostface is going to happen on May the 28th. Now, given all this information, we can speculate what would actually be in this chapter. There are currently lots of Ghostface perk ideas and power ideas around, however the most popular of these is this Reddit post from SibbyWee, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, where he speculates what could be Ghostface's power and most importantly his perks. So firstly we have Prank Call. Survivors have been granted phones which cannot be removed or destroyed. The ringer is able to call the survivor's phone to cause panic. Use the primary power interaction for 5 seconds to call the closest survivor's phone within a 32-meter radius. Start the trial with one available phone call and obtain another every 80 seconds. While the survivor's phone is ringing, the survivor can wait the phone call for 45 seconds or perform the hang-up action for 5 seconds, which will stop the ringing but also reveal their aura, and tremendously lowers their field of view while performing that action. The survivor also won't be able to sense the terror radius or see the red stain while not in a chase, and the survivor will be unable to repair, heal, sabotage or cleanse without the use of an item. The ringer will furiously attack survivors whose phones are ringing, inflicting the critical state. While a survivor is in the critical state, their phones will not ring. They cannot perform fast actions such as fast vaulting. Any bloodlust obtained from the critical survivor will remain active until a chase begins with another survivor. They will have a 60-second bleed out timer. So this power in this form seems extremely strong and would probably need tweaks to be added into the game. However, the concept here is quite exciting. So if this was added to Dead by Daylight, it would be a very strong power and definitely a very difficult one to play against. Next we have the perks. So firstly, Stab in the Dark. Your enhanced stealth allows you to kill without being caught. The noises made from your attacks and their hearing distance are reduced by 8 meters, including the sound that the survivors make. When you injure a survivor, their status change and aura appearance are delayed to all of the survivors by 12 seconds. When you put a survivor into the dying state, their scream cannot be heard by other survivors. Next, Heartstopper. The rush of emotions after chasing a survivor causes the air to become silent. When a survivor successfully escapes a chase, your terror radius is reduced to 0 meters and your red stain is removed for 20 seconds or until you begin chasing a survivor again. The effect can only be activated once every 60 seconds. Finally, Red Herring. Who can be trusted? You become obsessed with one survivor. Your obsession will be granted a terror radius that is 12 meters and can only be detected by survivors that aren't the obsession. While a survivor is within the obsession's terror radius, the obsession will be unable to sense your terror radius and the perk will light up. The obsession will begin the trial 32 meters or more away from any other survivor. So these suggested concept perks seem very strong, and if added to the game like this, they would be very interesting. And it would be interesting to see how they'd fit into the meta, especially Red Herring and the functionality of the game mechanics related around that. So thank you for watching this speculation video. We hope you enjoyed, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Shout out to all the people in this video that helped us find this content and give it to you guys. So yeah, that's all. Peace out.